morning. I am so excited to get this day started with this Instagram takeover. My name is Kimberly Stokes, but as you'll notice throughout the day, most people call me Kim. I was born and raised in West Bloomfield, Michigan, and now currently live in the city of Detroit and am absolutely loving it. I'm in my third year of the doctoral program for counseling psychology within the College of Education at Wayne State University. Today's Instagram takeover is going to be focused on wellness. Why, you may ask? Well, that's because this month is Emotional Wellness Month. So to start, I have a question. What does wellness look like for you? Throughout the day, we're going to explore different strategies and what wellness is and how it can show up throughout our life. We'll also talk about what life is like as a doctoral student, and we'll do all at some of my favorite spots around Midtown. So I really hope you join us, send in your questions, and go through the day with me. Let's get started. Wellness can be defined in so many ways. One of my favorite definitions of wellness comes from the NIH, and it says that wellness includes our thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and abilities to handle life's changes. Often how wellness is built is through our daily habits that seem small, but as they build up, they can increase our emotional wellness. So that's why you may notice I'm outside right now. My day did start a little earlier because I met with some clients, and we'll talk about therapy later on. But for me, emotional wellness starts with grounding myself in the morning with a habit, and that is yoga. So you may notice that I'm sitting outside right now on my yoga mat because that's something that I do consistently every day that makes me feel well. How do you start your day, and what habits in your life contribute to your wellness? Absolutely. Great question. Researchers suggest getting outside for at least 20 minutes a day to help increase your mental wellness. Here are some more tips coming up in the next post about being in nature and increasing mood. Now safely here on campus, wearing my mask, of course, after doing my daily screener, and wanted to show you all our doctoral student office. It's a place where we can do work, where we, pre-COVID, could have meetings if we needed. So most doctoral programs, you will have a cohort, a group of people that you come in together and follow similar paths. And so this is my cohort here, and here's our office. And as you'll see, we're here at the College of Education, where us as doctoral students, we spend a lot of our time here. Most doctoral students are matched with an advisor. An advisor is someone who is an expert in an area of research that you're interested in. And so you do a lot of your research in writing and going to conferences, which we'll talk about later, with the lab that your advisor is the head of. My advisor's name is Dr. Erica Bachnick, and we are all a part of the FAM Lab, Families and Mental Wellness Lab. Our research really focuses from a community-based lens on social emotional development, especially for young children, positive parenting practices, and overall thriving of families in the city of Detroit. We do a lot of different projects throughout Detroit, but one of our main ones right now is about Black joy and Black families thriving. So a huge part about living life as a doctoral student is the other doctoral students that you go through the process with. So we're going to have some cameos today from some doctoral students within the program. The first one's going to be Hajr Bishop, and she's going to share about her journey and share some wellness tips for families.
Hey everyone, my name is Hajr Bishop. I'm a first year doctoral student in the FAM lab led by Dr. Bachnick. and I work with incredible undergrad, master's, and doctoral students. I'm also a school psychologist, and as a school psychologist, I work with families and children and focus on their mental health, assessment, and make sure that they have their strongest abilities in the school. So as a school psychologist and member of the FAM Lab, one thing that is important to encourage emotional wellness in families is to have routines and rituals. So routines are like what we do, and rituals are like who we are. So for example, a routine could be like having dinner every night with your family, and then a ritual could be like having Taco Tuesdays every week.
Hello. I'm so excited to chat with you. Kim, you're amazing, and congrats on the takeover. This is so exciting. So at the FAM Lab, the Families and Mental Wellness Lab, led by Dr. Erica Bachneck, we really study positive family processes, and we do that by working with families in community with families in and around Detroit. And I want to say that positive family processes does not mean toxic positivity. We are really looking to promote and amplify all the ways in which families thrive. As the FAM Lab coordinator, I get to work very closely with Dr. Bachneck to run all the background pieces of the study. In addition to doing the data collection, analysis, dissemination, writing, I also do all the administrative tasks like IRB and funding, research assisting. Wellness is just so important, especially while we're doing doc study. And so the ways that I care for myself is just really doing things that I love with people that I love. So puzzling, going to therapy, huge advocate for therapy, FaceTiming my perfect niece and nephew, and cultivating life outside of school.
My name is Hajr Muhammad. I am a first-year doc student in the Wayne State's Counseling Psychology program. My current research interest includes strong Black women's schema within adolescent Black girls, as well as colorism and how it impacts our psychological health. So IBW stands for Invincible Black Woman, and what it actually is kind of a play on words, because we can't always be invincible, but as Black women, we are definitely expected to be. It was started and created by our wonderful leader, Dr. Brandy Pritchett Johnson, and it's facilitated by a group of Black doctoral students, myself included, and we kind of like to think of it as a for us, by us space. We start off with grounding. We go into check-in and taking up time, and that's what we really try to focus on. We really want Black women to take up time because we are often told in these spaces that we can't. So that's what IBW is.
How is IBW happening right now during COVID? What does that look like?
Oh, so during COVID, we are definitely all virtual, keeping safe, but we're hoping to move to in-person soon. This space is definitely needed, and we would like to see how it feels to kind of transition from COVID to in-person.
And if I'm a Black woman interested in IBW, is there
about Black mental health? It's really important from the perspective of restorative justice, and oftentimes Black women are thought of as matriarchs, and what matriarchs do is that they take care of their families, they make sure everybody is grounded and good, but in those conversations and in those thoughts, we kind of leave ourselves out of it. So that's why it's very important for Black women to make sure that their wellness is checked, taken care of, and good.
So for your clients who are Black, Hajr, what are strategies for wellness you may suggest to them?
So the first strategy is always saying no. There's some power in no, and you're taking care of yourself when you say no. I like to think of gardening too, or planting. That's been a really popular topic of conversation recently, and I think that helps to reconnect us to nature and the earth. The second one I'm thinking of is therapy, right? Like, a lot of times we don't take take advantage of therapy, and I think that's a really important tool to use.
So what I'm passionate about in the research and the clinical work that I try to focus on is, of course, under the umbrella of Black mental health and really looking at Black mothers. I was fortunate enough to have an incredible Black mother, Black grandmothers, aunties, all of the above, and I realized how much Black mothers pour into others, and so I think researching and understanding more about what wellness for centuries has looked like for Black mothers is so crucial to our mental health in generations to come. And so with with Black Mental Health, it has been great to be a part of the IBW team and the FAM Lab's work. Also, outside of academia, I'm involved with Black Mental Wellness. And Black Mental Wellness was founded by 4 incredible PhD Black women psychologists. And it focuses on decreasing stigma, increasing access, and all things surrounded to support Black people and their mental health. They also have a conference coming up on November 6th, so check out their Instagram tag here.
So some resources are Therapy for Black Girl, Psychology Today. If you use the filters correctly, you can definitely find you a culturally competent therapist. Melanin Therapy, Melanin and Mental Health, Talkspace is always an option. Good Therapy, Inclusive Therapy, and many more.
Okay, so hey everyone, I'm the coordinator of MHawk, which is the Mental Health and Wellness Center. And at MHawk is a training clinic. We provide mental health counseling, career counseling, couples and family counseling, group counseling, and art therapy. And MHawk is open to the community and all Wayne State students, and it's completely free.
Completely free. So like if I'm a resident in Michigan, I can come get therapy services completely free.
Yes, anybody in Michigan can come to MHawk and get services for completely free, no cost to you.
Wow.
Kim, what is it like being a clinician at MHawk?
Being a clinician at MHawk is a great training experience because as a student clinician, I have a supervisor who is a PhD level psychologist that meets with us weekly for support for us and then the clients that we see. So once again, we see individuals, families, and even couples of all age ranges at the MHawk clinic. Right now, because of COVID safety protocols, we're doing therapy via Zoom, doing teletherapy, which can happen through a secure video platform or through the phone. But as we know, therapy really matters. And right now, we all should have access to therapy, whether it be different things that we want to work on or just for wellness check-ins. That's definitely a part of maintaining our wellness, is seeking professional help when you feel like it'd be beneficial for you. So our next spot on the list for the day is Tony B's Tavern. It is definitely known as a staple for Wayne State students, especially because they do offer a good happy hour, which is so important when you're a graduate student on a budget. Before the pandemic hit, my cohort and I would come to Tony B's to just fellowship together. After class, we would spend time together and talk, and community is so important in grad school. And now you're going to hear from someone else in my cohort about her experiences and also wellness tips that are great for anyone.
Hi everyone, my name is Amber Michon and I'm a third-year doc student here at the Counseling Psychology program at Wayne State. I work in Dr. Francesca Pernice's lab where we look at serious mental illness and recovery trajectories.
So Amber, as a doctoral student and a clinician, what are some general wellness tips you would give to others?
There's so many general wellness tips out there, and I know all of us are pretty bad at self-care these days, but however, we should always keep exercising, whether that's taking a walk, just moving your brain, getting your body moving. We should stay hydrated. Please, please, please drink your water. It's so important. You need a great sleep routine. Try to get a good night's sleep. As students here at Wayne State, I know things can be a little hectic, but we have to prioritize our sleep. And another important way is to build community and friendships. And I know that can be really difficult with the pandemic right now. So one way that we can do that is connecting virtually, like how I do with our cohort member, Addison Duane.
So as a graduate student, especially as a doctoral student, full-time work can be hard to fit in. But there are opportunities to be employed and also get research experience. Currently, I'm a graduate research assistant with the Detroit Education Research Partnership, which we call DERP. DERP works with the Detroit Public Schools Community District and other community organizations such as Every School Day Counts Detroit to have initiatives that combine research and practice and also inform policy to make a difference for Detroit students and families. So before we end the day, I want to talk about one more topic that's really important when pursuing a graduate degree, and that is funding. There are thankfully many programs that offer funding and also a lot of external resources for funding support too. I am really grateful for this year to receive funding support through the King Chavez Parks Future Faculty Fellowship. And the goal of that fellowship is to financially support students so that post-graduation they are able to serve in academia, and it therefore is diversifying the pool of faculty members. So if you are looking for fellowships and funding at Wayne State, make sure you check out the graduate schools page on fellowship funding. And as a doc student, I know there are a lot of us who are always happy to talk with interested students about potential funding opportunities. Thank you all so much for being on this journey with me today. I had a ball doing the Instagram Live. Want to say a huge thank you to all of the incredible doctoral students who had an appearance today and shared their tips around wellness. For the last wellness tip of the day, I do a lot of research around self-care. And often you hear the analogy to make sure that you don't have to fill up your own cup before you fill up someone else's. I like to think of it instead, though, as always keeping your cup full so that it can overflow to others. And a huge part of self-care is showing up for self. So that is the last tip for today. Know that you are enough, you've always been enough, and whatever you need to do to feel well and to feel whole, there are so many different resources out there in this community to support you. So thank you for everything. Have a wonderful